everyone, and welcome to the third biology lesson on body systems. Today's lesson will be on the digestive system. Again, like the rest of the lessons that you've done so far, you will need a pen and some paper. So if you haven't got them already, you need to pause the video and go and get one now. Today's challenge is to state the different organs of the digestive system, and the aspire is to explain what each of the different organs of the digestive system do. So today's starter, I'm going to give you a minute, and in that minute I would like you to write down what you think the function, and that's the job, of the digestive system is. Off you go. So hopefully you've got written down on your sheets of paper that the digestive system breaks down large food molecules into smaller food molecules that then can be absorbed into your bloodstream. So task number 1, I would like you on your sheets of paper to write numbers 1 to 10. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to label as much of the digestive system as you can. If you need to, the keywords are written in the box to help you. I am going to give you 4 minutes. Off you go. Okay, so let's go through the answers. So, number 1, hopefully you all have the mouth. Number 2 is the liver. Number 3 is the gallbladder. Number 4 is the large intestine. Number 5 is the rectum. Number 6 is the anus. Number 7 is the small intestine. Number 8 is the pancreas. Number 9 is the stomach. And number 10 is the esophagus. I'm now going to take you on the journey of food through our digestive system. So digestion starts inside the mouth by mechanical digestion of your teeth. So the whole point of your teeth is to break down large pieces of food into smaller pieces of food. Also inside your mouth, the salivary glands add saliva, and in your saliva there is a digestive enzyme which starts to break down large food molecules into smaller ones. You then swallow the food and it goes down the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach contains acid. The reason why the stomach contains acid is to kill any pathogens that you may have swallowed. Also, digestive enzymes are added in the stomach to break down food further, and the stomach is a muscle which helps to churn food to also break it down. The food then passes from the stomach into the small intestine. But there are 2 organs that are involved at this point that food does not pass through. The first organ is the liver. The liver produces a compound called bile, and the bile does 2 things. Firstly, it breaks down fats, and secondly, it helps to neutralize the stomach acid. It is stored in the gallbladder before it is squirted into the tube between the stomach and the small intestine. The pancreas also adds more digestive enzymes which helps to break down the food further. When the food reaches the small intestine, this is where the food molecules are small enough to be absorbed into the bloodstream, where they are then distributed around the body to all our cells and giving them their nutrients that they need. Then, once the food has passed through the small intestine, it then passes into the large intestine, where water is reabsorbed back into the body. The undigested food then gets stored inside the rectum, and then it leaves the body through the anus. Okay, on the screen now are some of the organs that I have just mentioned to you. What I would like you to do is I would like you to put them in order that food would pass through them as it is being digested in the digestive system. So I'm going to give you a minute to write it down. Off you go. Right, okay, time's up. So now on the screen you will see the correct order that food passes through the digestive system. So it starts in the mouth, then food passes into the esophagus, then into the stomach, then the small intestine, then into the large intestine, then it's stored in the rectum, and then finally leaves the body through the anus. Remember at this point that there are 2 other organs that are involved in the digestive system, which is the liver and the pancreas, but food does not pass through those organs. The next task in today's lesson is to match the correct organ with what you think it does in the digestive system. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to write numbers 1 to 10 down the side of your page, and then all I'd like you to do is match it with the correct sentence. And if you can see at the end of the sentence there is a letter, so all you need to do is match the number with the letter. I am going to give you 4 minutes to do this. Off you go. Okay, time up. So let's go through now and mark the answers. So number 1, the mouth, goes with E, which is contains teeth which chew the food and break it down into small pieces, also contains saliva. Number 2 goes with B, food goes down this tube from the mouth and reaches the stomach, and that is the esophagus. Number 3, the stomach, goes with G, so food goes into here at the bottom of the esophagus where it is broken down. This organ contains acid too. Number 4, the small intestine, matches with I, so that food that has been digested is absorbed into the bloodstream here, which gets all the nutrients we need. Number 5 is the large intestine, so that matches with D. Any excess water is absorbed back into the body here. Number 6, which is the rectum, is matched with C, where feces, poo, is stored before it leaves the body. Number 7, the anus, matches with A, and that is where the feces is eventually pushed out of here when you go to the toilet. Number 8, the liver, matches with F, which produces bile, which helps to break down fats. Number 9, the pancreas, matches with H, so produces enzymes which help to break down the food. And number 10, the gallbladder, matches with J, which stores bile. Okay, so the next task is a fill in the blanks. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to write numbers 1 to 11 on your sheets of paper, and I would like you to write the word that is missing in the sentences. A little hint for you, if you are struggling with what word to find, they are in the keyword box at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to give you 4 minutes. Off you go. Okay, so let's go through the answers. So the first one you should have should be the word teeth. And the second word that you should have should be chew. And then the final word that you should have should be saliva. So the sentence is mouth contains teeth which chew the food, also contains saliva. The next sentence, the two words that are missing, the first word is esophagus, so that is number 4. And number 5, the missing word is acid. So the sentence is the stomach is the organ at the bottom of the esophagus. It contains acid and churns the food and breaks it down. The next missing word is the bloodstream. So the small intestine is where nutrients are absorbed into our bloodstream. The next missing word is water. So the large intestine is where any excess water is absorbed back into the body. The next two missing words in the sentence are bile and fats. So the liver produces bile, which helps to break down fats. The pancreas produces the next missing word, which is enzymes, which helps to break down food. And then the last missing word is bile. So the gallbladder stores bile. So earlier, when I took you through the passage of food through the digestive system, I mentioned to you about a substance called an enzyme. So enzymes are proteins inside our body, and they help break down food into smaller molecules, which then can be absorbed in the small intestine into our bloodstream. So just some common names of enzymes that I would like you to recognise today. First one is amylase. So amylase is an enzyme that breaks down the carbohydrate food group, which is actually the largest food group that needs breaking down. And that's why amylase is in the saliva in the mouth, because that food group needs breaking down straight away. The next enzyme is lipase. So lipase breaks down fats. And the last enzyme group is the proteases, and they break down proteins. So now we've come to the summary section of today's lesson. Again, like the other lessons, I would like you to write these notes down in a minute. So I'm just going to go through them with you. The digestive system helps to break down large insoluble molecules into smaller soluble molecules which can be absorbed into the bloodstream. The stomach churns the food and contains acid. The small intestine is where nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream. The liver produces bile and the gallbladder stores it. Bile helps to break down fats. Enzymes are proteins, and some common enzymes are called amylase, lipase, and protease. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to write down these summary notes, and if you need any further time, please pause the video. So the very last thing to do today, guys, is now to go and complete the Google quiz. I hope you've all wrote your name and your surname and your set that you are in at the top. Please make sure that you select as many multiple choice answers as the question is stating. And then remember, the last question on the Google quiz is a bit of a research task that you will need the internet for. Please then make sure that you submit your answers. Thank you. Bye.